Hey everyone, welcome to yoga. I'm Adrienne. Welcome back or welcome for the first time. Today I'm going to ask you to grab either a pillow or a blanket that you can fold and roll up. Other than that, I think we're good. If you like to use blocks or something that acts as a riser up from the floor to bring it closer to you, then grab that as well. I'm going to scoot backwards. But I was in a new space and I wanted to make sure that you could see my mat and where I have the computer. So take a seat wherever you are, maybe on that blanket. Start with it folded up so you can create a little perch for your seat. You are also welcome to sit directly on the floor and your legs can be straight out in front of you. You can also lay back on the floor if that feels better. But today, I'm choosing to sit on my seat, upright, the legs crossed in front of me. You can rest the palms face down on the thighs. You can shut down the eyelids or at least allow the gaze to go out of focus, directed down the nose towards the floor. Let the chin become a little heavy and tuck in towards the chest. Guide the head to float over the shoulders and then guide those shoulders to float over the hips. Give the elbows a little wiggle, and as they come to stillness, realize that they are heavier. Allow them, see them as a weight to draw down the muscles, the tendons, the stress in the shoulders. And maybe you observe the shoulders moving down and away from the ears. Bring your attention to your base, so the seat where it grounds into the floor, the blanket. And with that attention, with that internal gaze, walk it up the spine, from the pelvis, passing the kidneys, the other internal organs, the shoulder blades, the back of the neck, and all the way up through the curved part of the skull, the top part of the skull, and out through the top of the head. And notice if that didn't impart a little more straightness to the spine. Now track that attention back to the center of the chest, covering the space where your heart is located. And notice the breath entering and exiting the body. Notice the pace of the breath coming in and going out. And notice the ease or effort with which it enters and exits. Truly just watching. Not exacting judgment or trying to understand even why the breath is the way it is right now. Just watching. Let's bring the hands together to the center of the chest. Keeping the eyes and the gaze down low. Take a deep breath in, pulling the breath into the belly, puffing the belly out. And release the breath out the mouth. And you can allow that breath out to be loud, to be a sigh. Inhale deep again through the nose, down to the belly. Exhale out the mouth. One more time as you inhale, extend the arms out and up. Maybe allow the gaze to open up, direct up towards the ceiling. Feel the breath lift the chest up towards the ceiling. Feel the spine extend. And gather the hands through the center, pass the face down towards the center of the chest again. And also, once again, bowing the head with your exhale. Take a few quiet breaths here. See if you can sense the heart beating behind the hands. And then you can release the two hands, move the blanket out from under you, unfold it a little bit so you now are able to roll it up. So this is what mine looks like. It can be thicker, so it can be wider, it can be shorter. You just want something that's big enough to allow you to roll it into a little burrito or something to wedge. We're going to sit back on our knees. I guess kneel on our knees for a moment, grab that burrito and wedge it into the two hip points right here. So across the pubic area. You're going to sit back on the heels so you'll feel your belly. Maybe your ribs start to compress on top of the blanket. You can lift the seat up for a moment and you can choose to have the knees stay about hips width distance if that was where they naturally sat themselves down, or you can move them wider apart. So knees towards the edges of the mat, bringing the toes together to touch behind. I'm going to keep mine about hips width distance just because I feel like I can access the abdomen a little bit more. So we're creating some pressure by wedging the blanket into this belly area. And you sit your hips back towards the heels. You might not go all the way down, that's okay. And soften the gaze, looking down the nose towards the mat or closing the eyes if you like. You might be on fingertips like me, so I have a lot of space here between my knees and my chest and the floor. I am choosing to kind of activate my arms and straighten them, but there's really no need. Just bring your attention back to breathing. Make sure it is coming and going, flowing in and out. Observe what that breath does, how it feels in the abdomen. As I press the belly out into the blanket. Do you feel discomfort? Do you feel challenge? As we continue to stay in this posture, we really aren't holding, because you'll hopefully notice that with every so many breaths, maybe, 20 to 25, you'll realize that the chest might have lowered even just a millimeter. For me right now, I'm realizing that my arms are no longer way out in front of me on fingertips. I can, bring them in a little bit closer, allow my palms to find the floor. If you have those yoga blocks, you can place them under the hands and lift the mat up closer to you. You can even press into whichever surface is under the hands so as to sit the hips further back towards the heels. Wherever you are, hold for a moment. Pull the elbows in so they're more or less directly behind the line of the wrists, and pinch the shoulder blades if possible. So you might have to walk the hands back towards the knees, but pinch the shoulder blades, feel proud and broad in the chest. See if we can straighten the spine. And keeping the chin tucked, feel length in the back of the neck. And then we can release it, maybe bending the arms, relaxing a little bit more. I'm saying this word relax, surrendering is really what I mean. This will probably not feel like a blissful falling into bed, soft, feathery support cloud. But again, return the attention back to your breathing, the belly, maybe the low back. You can stay with the chest more upright as we've been, or you can allow the head to tuck, arms go out a little bit, and maybe fall a little bit closer to the floor. Tension still on the breath. Guide it in and out. And see if, despite the discomfort, you can smooth and lengthen both the in and the out breaths. Take 5 more long, full breaths. Each exhale, see if you can release and soften into this pillow. And then you can stay for more breaths or for longer. If you're ready to come out, walk the hands back, chest upright, take it slow. And then come to allow the head, shoulders to float over the hips, sitting back on the feet. And you can move your bolster out of the way, off to the side. Split the knees so the toes remain together. The knees are wide. And then walk the hands forward and lower the belly and the head towards the mat. For child's pose, no longer supported or modified with the pillow or the blanket. Take some deep breaths in, drawing it down to the belly, the low back. And releasing. Inhale, pull the breath behind the shoulder blades, puffing them up across the upper back. And exhale. One more time, same thing. Inhale, inflate the upper back. And exhale, sink into the floor. Crawl the hands over to the left, keeping the seat anchored towards the feet. Trying to keep the right hip heavy. Inhale, feel the right side ribs expand, flare out. All the intercostal muscles, the soft tissue between the ribs, under the armpit, along the length of the arm, shoulder, all the way down to the right hip. Expanding with the breath in and releasing with the breath out. Walk the hands back through center and now over to the right, this time staying heavy in the left hip, releasing the forehead down towards the mat. You can keep the hands walked up on fingertips, or you can release down to the palms, pressing the floor away. The inhale puffs up the left side. Inhale into the left armpit. Exhale, left hip sinks. Take one more. Left side, ribs, hip flaring. And exhale, walk the hands back to center. And walk the hands back towards the knees, coming back to sit up straight. Bring the knees together, they were apart. And walk forward onto the hands coming to tabletop. Maybe take a minute to tap out the shins, the top of the feet. And for a moment, we'll tuck the toes. Just hold this here. This may not happen for everyone, but for me, I really feel tucking my toes after sitting on flat shins. This is a nice stretch in the front of my lower legs. And also a gentle stretch in the soles of the feet. And then we'll sit the hips back, keeping the toes tucked. Walk the hands up onto the thighs. Kneeling with the toes tucked. Challenge the plantar fascia, the underside of the feet. Bring the attention to the belly. And watch the breath draw up and down the spine. As feet experience different sensation, you might feel pressure in the ball of your feet, the toe mounds. You may feel this all on the underside of your foot. You may also feel that stretch on the shin, and what is now the underside of your lower leg. Let's extend the arms out in front, cross the right over the left, and reach for the shoulder blades along the back. Just giving yourself a hug. Tuck the chin. Breathe in and out. Feeling the shoulders sink away from the ears. Take a total of 3 breaths. And after 3, extend the arms out one more time. Now cross left over right, reaching again for the shoulder blades or just the shoulders, it's fine. And inhale, exhale, allowing the shoulders to melt away from the ears. Maybe you rock the head side to side. Tuck the chin, stretching the back of the neck. And after 3 breaths, extend the arms out, raise the arms up overhead, stretch up through the fingers, engage the belly. Maybe you feel the seat lift away from the heels if it made it to the heels. Big breath in to get tall, and exhale. Lift the hips up, coming to standing kneel, untuck the toes, tap them out. Bring the hands down, and we'll go back to that tabletop. On the inhale, lower the belly, shift the gaze and the tailbone up for your cow pose. On the exhale, lower the head, lower the tailbone, curve the spine up to the ceiling for your cats. Press the floor away. Inhale, belly drops for cow. Exhale, belly button to spine for cat. A few more times. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale. Exhale. And back to a neutral spine. Let's turn the right foot out to the side, to the back. So the right angle, so we're internally rotating the right leg. I'm going to step the right palm underneath the face. And we're going to open up to our left side, coming to stand, I guess putting the sole of the left foot on the mat. rolling our weight to the outer edge of that left foot and turning the hip out to the left and up towards the ceiling. Left hand can find your hip or your ribs, whatever. Also rest on the side. But looking down to your right hand, see that it's more or less under the shoulders. You can press the floor away. And the right foot is kind of directly behind you. You can have that little angle if you would. And inhale, extend left arm directly overhead, working to stack the left shoulder over the right, hinging the shoulder blades together on the back. The gaze can stay down, it can stay straight ahead out to the side, or it can chase the thumb of the left hand overhead. Inhale, exhale, drape the left hand over the left ear and stretch out through those left fingertips as you press into the outer edge of the left foot. One long arcing line on the left side. Keep pressing the floor away with the right hand. Your shoulder, your elbow is a spring, so you're pressing into the floor so you're not sinking into the right shoulder. One more breath. On your exhale, bring the hand overhead. Turn the torso and the hips down towards the floor, coming into tabletop again. Grounding the left knee and the left hand on the floor. Lower the belly, inhale, press the floor away for your cow. Exhale, curve the spine, belly button to it, or cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. All right, coming to the other side. So we're going to swing our left leg out to the side and rotating the left leg internally this time. I'm going to switch directions so you don't have to look at my back. I'm going to place the left palm over the face. We're going to turn the hips, the torso over to the right, and we're going to ground the outer edge of our right foot, straightening the right leg. Right leg under the ceiling, stacking over the left hip, which is underneath. Hand of the right arm can stay on your hip. For a second, peel that right shoulder open, down and back. And then inhale, lifting right arm directly overhead, and gaze can follow if it feels okay on the neck. Pressing the floor away with that spread left palm. You can bring a little bit of bend into the left arm to make sure you can push out of the left elbow. Take a gaze down to the arch of your right foot. Sole of foot's on the ground. Maybe you feel a little more steady if you slide the right foot back so it kind of intersects with the knee. Maybe it feels better. It's a little bit more forward. Just press both hips up towards the ceiling. Inhale to get tall, stacking right shoulder over left, pinching the shoulder blades across the back to feel the collarbone spread open. On the exhale, drape the right arm over the right ear. Thumb is facing back, and we're rotating it up towards the ceiling, so pinky on the right hand is going towards the floor. Keep pressing the hips, both of them up, feeling an arc along the entire right side of the body. Even here, a couple cracks or releases. Take a deep breath, stretching through the fingers, pressing into the outer edge of the right foot. And exhale, right arm overhead, sweep it down to the floor, gaze, shoulders, and floor, orient to the short edge of the mat. Knees and hands under both shoulders. We'll inhale, lower the belly, gaze, feel them go up for cow. Exhale, reverse the curve, spine to the ceiling for cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral spine. This time, staying in our tabletop, we'll lift the right leg and send the flex foot back like you're stamping the back wall. Pull the low belly in, the muscles of the low belly in. Turn the right hip down slightly so the whole torso is facing the mat, and press the floor away, working to straighten the arms, directing the soft pits of the elbows forward. Gaze is down but not dropped. We have a nice long spine continuing through the back of the neck and out to the top of the head. Take a deep breath, engage the kneecap and thus the quadriceps, hamstring, and the glutes to lift the floating leg away from the floor. Inhale and exhale, bend that floating right leg, draw the knee towards the chin. Exhale. Inhale, extend the leg behind you. Exhale, draw the knee in and under. Inhale, leg behind, extended. Exhale, knee to nose underneath. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the right foot between the hands. And if you didn't make it there, just take a few wiggles of the foot. Stamp it down. I'm going to walk the hands up onto the thigh. Everything's facing forward. So maybe draw the right hip back in space. We're aiming for more or less right angles. Ankle, knee, hip. Both sides. Inhale, arms alongside the ears, fingertips. Raise up to the ceiling and gaze may follow. Exhale. Inhale, raise up out of the belly, out of the hips. And this time, exhale, lower right hand towards hip and bring it back towards you. Towards your, I guess, on the right side, looking to the back behind you. Left fingertips are still forward. Right fingertips are back. And both fingertips are pulling away from one another. Pinch the shoulder blades together on the back to open the collarbones for a side twist. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep right hand down and up, face forward. Exhale, plant the palms on either side of the right foot. Step left foot back. Back in our tabletop. We'll go for the other side. That is our left leg behind. So inhale, float a straight left leg back. Draw the left hip down this time. Draw the belly muscles in, press the floor away. Elbow points go forward, pressing the floor away. Take a few breaths just to get situated in that strong table posture. Neck is long, so gaze is down slightly ahead. Inhale, press the heel back. Exhale, draw the knee towards the chest and underneath you. Inhale, extend the leg, chest long. Exhale, draw the knee to nose. Inhale, leg floats on. Exhale, knee to nose underneath you. One more time. Inhale, leg long. Exhale, curve the spine, knee to nose. Step the left knee between the hands, wiggling if you need to. And once you've got your little lunge base, we'll walk hands up to the thighs, coming upright. You pull the left hip back. Engaging the glutes to press the hips forward. Feel that right hip go forward. Hip flexor stretch on the right side. Press the top of the right foot, the shin and the knee down into the ground. Stamp the left foot into the ground. Inhale to raise both arms up, gaze can follow. Exhale. Inhale, lift out of the hips. Exhale, lower left hand down, mix around. Left hand extends behind you, right hand extends in front of you. Two fingertips pull away from one another. Pulling the left hip back in space, keep stamping the left foot down. Keep stamping the top of the right shin and top of the right foot down. Inhale, fingertips go away from one another. Exhale, settle, hand twist. Maybe gaze falls towards the left hands behind you. Inhale, left hand circles back up. Exhale, fold over the legs, plant the palms. Step left knee back, sit the hips back, take a rest in child's pose. And shut down the eyes. Feel the weight draw, have your head draw towards the floor. Walk the fingertips forward, forward, forward to straighten the arms. Feel, stay heavy in the hips. Feel that length in the spine. Alright, walk yourself back upright. We'll swing the legs up to the side, just come to a seat. And we'll start seated with soles of feet together facing forward. Finding cobbler's pose. Baddha down angle pose. Knees may fall open and maybe up here. If you have some extra pillows, you can wedge them right under the outer hips and that'll help support them. Or if you really want to just allow gravity to do its thing, pull the knees and thighs down. That will happen if it's unsupported. If you can, reach down towards your feet, ankles, maybe your shins. Find a spot where you can straighten the arms and straighten the spine. Pull the low belly in slightly, tuck the chin. Feel along the back of the neck. Inhale, puff up through the chest. Exhale, tilt the chest forward, tilt the spine forward, keeping it straight, but at a diagonal, just hinging from the hips. And stay at the point where you can keep a straightish spine. If you're curved when you're upright anyway, just stay there, keep pulling yourself forward, working into the outer hips. If you can keep the spine straight, the neck long, start to bend the elbows back towards the hips. Keeping the gaze soft at the floor below you or the space slightly in front of you. Bring attention back to the breath and maybe shut down the eyes. Breath allows some support to extend the spine, keep it straight as it's floating. And exhale, eliminates the space, and maybe you find yourself lowering towards the floor slightly more. If your elbows are bent, maybe you find a space on your thighs, and that extra contact might provide a little bit of weight. Will also help to open up the outer hips. Wherever you are, soften the gaze. Take 3 slowest breaths. After 3, slowly walk yourself back upright. Take a moment to equalize again. Just take some rolls of the neck, one direction. And then the other, reversing. Gather the knees up, soles of feet on the ground. Extend both legs long in front of you. Shake them out, down to the thighs, bend knees. And then the right knee, stamp the right foot close to the pelvis, close to the hip underneath you. Flex the left toe, use your hand. You're going to step the right foot over the left thigh. And we'll start by hugging that bent right knee into the chest. So you can grab the shin and the thigh and pull it in. You can also wrap the arms around. Trying to have a flat right foot on the ground outside of the left hip. Start here. You can start to turn the chest towards the right side. Try and keep the right knee upright. So you're using the strength of your hip flexors on the right side to keep the right thigh up in the air. Left or the right, although the right sole of the foot is grounded. And plant right palm behind the pelvis behind you. Take a kickstand. And you can hug that right knee into the chest. Chin is slightly tucked. Staying tall, long through the spine, out through the back of the neck. You can also bend the left elbow to hook on the outside of the right thigh to increase the rotation of the twist. And maybe the gaze casts over right shoulder. Take 2 more breaths. After 2, slowly unwind, releasing the arms. Hug that right knee back into the chest. And then we'll extend it out in front of us alongside the left knee, bouncing the legs. You want to release. Stand the left sole of the foot close to the hip. Left knee is bent. And now step that left foot over the right thigh, flexing the right foot back towards the face. Wrap the arms around the leg and pull the left knee close to the chest. Left sole of the foot is stamped on the ground. You can stay here, or you can start to turn the chest open to the left. You can place the left palm behind the pelvis behind you. Keep pulling the left knee into the chest. Keep flexing the right foot. Tuck the chin, stretch to the back, the neck. And finally, you can bend right elbow and hook it on the outside of the left thigh. So pressing the floor away with that kickstand, arm behind you. Each breath in, lengthening and elevating the spine. Each exhale, maybe deepens the rotation of the twist. You can press with that right elbow into the left thigh to turn yourself towards the back of the room to the left, and maybe gaze casts over the left shoulder. Feel the breath massaging the lower belly and that twist. All right, bring yourself out. Face forward, face the feet, extend both legs long on either side, and rock the hips side to side with a massage. We'll bring both feet in close to one another into the seat, and all we'll do is bring ourselves into that little forward fold. Legs can be hips width distance or together if you like. Knees can be super bent, but let the head be heavy. And pull the spine straight as the hips go up, head goes down. Arms will be nice and loose to start. Bend the knees so you can touch the floor, even with just fingertips. And pull the breath into the belly, feel it inflate and press the thighs away. And on the exhale, feel the spine lengthen as that space goes away. Inhale, up and into the thighs. Exhale, feel hips go up, head go down. A few more breaths. Inhaling to pop up into the thighs, same as having that blanket roll there. And exhale, it's like removing the blanket roll. Bending the knees a little more. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Shrug the shoulders up the top and shrug them down the back. Pinching the shoulder blades. Keep the chin tucked and low. Engage the belly, engage the glutes, push the hips forward. Draw the kneecaps up towards the face to engage the quads. Spread the soles of the feet and the toes on the mat. Lift up to the arches. Bring your attention to the center of your chest. And then inhale, feel the chest rise up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, feel the chest and shoulders lower, but keep the head high. Long, tall spine. We'll inhale, arms go up overhead, gaze may follow. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, walk the hands to shins, push them away, straight spine. Exhale, fold, plant the palms. Keep the left foot between the hands and step the right foot back, coming into low lunge. Inhale, sweep the left arm up, twist to the left, gaze follows. Exhale, left palm down, lower the right knee, shift the hips back, straightening the left leg, half split. Inhale, lengthen the spine, pull both hips back, especially the left hip. Exhale to soften the head towards the shin. Inhale, extend the spine forward. Exhale, fold towards the leg. Inhale, lunge forward, finding your low lunge this time, and just rest here. Breathing in and out. Each exhale, maybe you feel the hips come closer to the floor. Not trying to reach the floor, just allow them to feel heavy. Tuck the back toes, lift the right knee away from the floor. Plant the palms and step the left foot back to knee right. Hovering on plank, press the floor away. Spread the shoulder blades across the back. Pull the low belly in. And lift the hips up and back. Sinking the heels towards the floor. You can have nice bent knees. Straightening the arms and mirroring down dog. The head be heavy, maybe you shake it out. Inhale, draw that breath down towards the belly, cough it up. Exhale, keep the hips high. Feel the chest and the head lower, closer to the floor between your arms. Few more breaths just like that. Keep pressing the floor away, keep spreading the palms. And then we'll look forward and then we'll walk the hands up towards. We'll walk the feet up towards the hands, meeting forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, press the shins away, straightening the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll everything up, sweep hands out and up, gaze goes up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms this time. Let's step left foot back, coming into lunge. The other side, plant left palm, sweep right arm up overhead, stacking right shoulder over left, twist. Exhale, plant the right palm, lower left knee. Shift the hips back towards the left knee and straighten the right leg, flexing the toes back towards the face. Pull the right hip back. Inhale, puff up the chest. Exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, puff up the chest. Exhale, fold over the leg. Inhale, move forward to lunge into the right leg. Gaze is low, hips are heavy. Breathing in and out, allowing ourselves to hold. Replant the palms, retuck the back toe, lifting the left knee away from the ground. Step right foot back to meet left, hovering in plank. Again, press the floor away, straighten the arms, elbow points forward, gaze is long, draw the shoulder blades down and back away from the ears. Belly button towards the spine. And lift the hips up and back. Find the down dog. This time take some time as you walk up the dog. So straighten one leg as you bend the other. And alternate, other side. Breathing all the while. Feel the chest falling towards the ground, falling between the shoulders. And then come to stillness for 3 breaths. In, pull it to the belly, and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, walk the hands back to the feet, coming to forward fold at the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now sweep the arms out and up, gaze closed. Exhale, draw the hands through the center of the chest and allow them to open, palms facing forward as they rest down by the side. Close down the eyes, lower the chin, lower the volume, and notice the pace, the ease, or the friction of the breath. Notice whether it matches that of the heartbeat. Let the shoulders be heavy. Let them slide down away from the ears, down the back, towards the floor. Bring attention to the soles of your feet. Feel them spread, the contact between them and the floor. Feel like you can press the floor away just by focusing on the feet. Let yourself grow out of the feet, growing tall, strong, stacked. Pulling out through the back of the head. Like that attention is straightening and lengthening the spine. All right, then the eyes open. You can bring the hands to the hips, and walk forward to the center of the mat. Just bring the gaze forward so the chin's parallel to the floor. We'll shift our weight into the left foot and engaging the belly, draw the knee of the right leg to float. Press the floor away. So stamp that left foot. Just bring your attention to it. Spread the sole of the foot on the ground. Engage the muscles of the left leg. Keep breathing. Again, reach the arms to grab the knee of the floating right foot. Working to keep both hips in line, floating over the floor. And stay like this. Or you can bend the right elbow, bring the right hand on the right hip, and start to turn open to the right. Keep pulling the right knee forward towards the midline. The right foot floating. Keep turning open to the right. Pull the belly button in. And maybe eventually your gaze goes over your right shoulder behind you. Keep pressing the floor away with the grounded left foot. Growing taller with each breath. And maybe you extend the right arm behind you. Maybe left arm, left hand creeps down towards your right shin. Maybe it grabs the outer edge of your right foot. Keep pulling the belly in, stay strong, bringing everything in towards the midline. And maybe you extend right leg long. And it might have a bend in the knee. Keep opening up, twisting the open, right hand pulls open and back. Pressing out to the sole of the right foot. Lower the right hip. When you're ready, breathe in the floating right knee. Bring the right hand back to the right hip, facing forward. And then for a moment, let the leg float. No hands helping. Pull the belly in. Use the hip flexor to draw that right knee higher. And lower right foot towards the floor, shaking out, especially standing leg. And we'll go to the other side. So shifting weight into the right sole. Pushing the floor away, lift left knee, left thigh. Grab a hold of that floating left knee. Draw the left hip down in line with the right hip. Engaging the muscles of the standing leg. Pulling the belly in. Noticing the head and shoulders stacked over the hips. Pulling the left knee in, everything towards the midline and up. Bend into the left elbow, bring that left hand to the left hip. Starting to open the gaze, open the chest, turning to the left. Again, re-engage the low belly. Pull the left knee towards the midline and push the knee into the right hand. Gaze might go over the left shoulder. Keep pressing into the standing leg. Then maybe you extend left arm long behind you. You might try to creep the right hand down towards the left shin, ankle, or foot. Maybe grab the outer edge of the left foot. Stay here, or begin to extend the left leg open. Keep breathing. Keep stamping the right foot down. Keep pulling the low belly in. Maybe you hop around. And when you're ready, retract the floating left leg. Shift the shoulders to face forward. Pull the left knee into the chest. And then release the leg, but let it float. Hands can go up on the sides, on the hips. Pull the belly in, push the floor away. Keep breathing. And then release. Left leg down, shake out the hips, shake out the leg. Maybe take a couple hip circles. All right, and then bend the legs, bring the seat down onto the mat. Face the long way of the mat and draw feet back down to the floor to rest. We'll start with our arms out to the side, gazes up to the ceiling. Knees are bent, soles of the feet snap down. And now let both knees fall open to the right, keeping the left shoulder planted on the ground, both shoulders, but the left shoulder will want to come away from the ground. Chest facing upwards. Sending the breath to the low back, to the left hip. Start to close in the eyes. Slowing down the breath. Stay like this, or you can walk the outer edge of the right foot and let it sit on the top of the left thigh. So a little bit of extra weight to draw the left thigh down to the mat. Again, that inner rotation on the left side. Again, pull the breath down towards the low back. Check the right foot, release it. And on the inhale, pull up the belly. Exhale, draw the knees up towards the ceiling, resting here for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, release both knees over to the left. Letting the weight of the bones guide them open and down. This time, ensuring your right shoulder stays grounded. Shoulders and chest aiming up toward the ceiling. Gaze can also track over the right shoulder towards the right hand. And with that extra weight, step the left foot on the right thigh. So breathe in, draw it down in your mind's eye towards the low back, the right hip. have the left foot tucked, release it down to the ground. Inhale. Exhale, pull the belly in, draw the knees out towards the ceiling. And hover here for a second. Inhale. Exhale, soften into the floor. If you like this position for final rest, here you can remain. You can also allow the soles of the feet to come together, dropping the knees out towards the sides. Or if you like a good old-fashioned star shape, you can walk the feet away from each other and from the hips, extending legs long. Take a moment to find that final preferred position. And once you're ready to commit, do so. Close on the eyes. Soften the lids. Soften the folds and the muscles of the forehead. Feel the ears be heavy. Broadening the skin across the face. Relax the jaw and the lips, maybe the lips part. Feeling heavy in the shoulders, shoulder blades, and elbows. Heavy in the hips. Heavy in the ankles and the wrists. Notice the points of the body, points of the back body that are in contact with the floor. And now return your attention to the center of your chest and the breath moving in and out of it. Each exhale, gradually releasing even more. Down to the mat, away from activity, away from what we just did and what you will do. And just be. I'll leave you here for the remainder of the time that you will gift to yourself. And I look forward to taking another journey with you again next week. Wish you a sweet afternoon, evening, morning, whatever you have left in your day when you tune in. And take care.